Alright, it's time to open more mail sent in by viewers. You guys are awesome. Really, thank you. Alright, this first package, despite being one of the last ones to arrive, was actually the first one mailed. And it comes from Leo in Ionia, Greece. Alright, there are three things in this package that are all related but different, so let me start off with this one. This is the PC MIDI 8-bit ISA card, and Leo, who sent this in, is actually the person who designed it. This is an all-new MIDI card for 8-bit ISA computers. This is able to connect to intelligent mode MIDI-compatible devices. It does not need a Roland MPU 401. Now, while I haven't been able to get my hands on an MT32 or a Roland Sound Canvas yet, I do have my Yamaha Disc Orchestra, so at some point I will be seeing if I can connect the MIDI output on this to the input on here and use it as a MIDI synthesizer. Now, this card has an audio output connector and can function as a MIDI synthesizer on its own as well. And it also has a wavetable connector, which is where the other two parts come in. But let's start with the smaller one marked S2 first. This is an all-new wavetable synthesizer for sound cards with support for a wavetable connector, like the PC MIDI card. It features a SAM2695 wavetable synthesizer chip. Now, what's extra interesting about this device is that while it can connect to the card I was sent, it can also connect to a Sound Blaster with a wavetable header, like this Sound Blaster 16 I have here. Which brings me to the other part I was sent, the X2. The X2 is also a wavetable synthesizer, but has a couple of more really awesome features. The X2 has a USB port which allows it to be connected to a computer and update the wavetable samples on the card. It can also be used as a MIDI synthesizer over USB, so it can play back MIDI through the audio output jack. I'm really looking forward to trying out some more advanced MIDI stuff in the future, so thank you for sending this in. Up next is a package sent by Emily from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, Canada. These are very early physical copies of Ubuntu 5.04 for x86 and PowerPC processors. Man, I really should open this one before I did the iMac G4 video. I guess I'm gonna have to revisit that at some point. A big thank you for sending these in. I'm slowly amassing a collection of the physical releases of Ubuntu now. Up next is a package from Eric in Fairport, New York. This is an FIC VT-502. It's a Socket 7 AT motherboard. It's got a Cyrix 6x86MX PR166 and 48 megabytes of RAM. Eric sent this motherboard in because he ended up with two of these after a repair job that almost went south on him, but thankfully it all worked out in the end. But I was really curious about this because I've never had a Cyrix processor, let alone the one that basically ended the company. I gotta pull this off because I gotta see this thing here. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah, that's so cool. Probably doesn't hurt to refresh the 21-year-old thermal paste anyway. Thank you for sending this all in. I'm really looking forward to checking it out. Now, the next package wasn't actually included in the little pile of stuff here because it was kind of too important to leave in the box all month. But I do have a picture of it because I can't actually go take a picture of it right now. This is an HP ML910, I believe. I'm not looking at the picture right now. But it's a computer decked out as a free NAS box with 10 terabytes of storage in a ZFS pool. Someone was able to send this in to me to help with my new camera because the file sizes it generates are enormous. The G4 video that I just put out took up 473 gigabytes. Just whoa. Now, before I've been saving all of my video files as the original recordings, and oh man, that's not happening with the new camera. It's intense. So I'm currently re-encoding all of my videos into H.265 and storing them semi-indefinitely on here. It's a really awesome thing to send in. Thank you so much. It has really alleviated the storage concerns I had. Up next is a package from Skunk Factory in San Francisco, California. Okay, I know I'm excited about everything, but I'm so excited about these. These are SLA printed versions of my HP key stems. So for comparison, this is one of my FDM printed key stems, and here's one of the original ones. These are, they're totally different. SLA is a radically different way of 3D printing compared to FDM, as you can see here. The FDM parts have these ugly visible layers, and SLA is just smooth. They use a DLP or an LCD method of rastering the print instead of having the semi-vector-like lines that are fused together. Because the LCD is the main limiting factor in the resolution of the part, it ends up being way higher quality than you could ever hope to achieve with FDM. And while I'm super excited about trying these because they should be amazing compared to my FDM ones, I am a little hesitant to install them because well, I don't really relish the idea of ripping out all the keys and possibly damaging all the contacts again in that keyboard, but I will definitely check these out. So maybe there'll be an HP86 update video soon. We'll see. The next thing is something else that I've already opened, and you might not actually be watching this video if I didn't have this. This is an HP Z820 workstation. Now, I don't really want to have to unplug everything and bring it out to the middle of my desk and fiddle with it all and have to put it back together again later, so you'll just have to settle for pictures here, but this is a dual Xeon workstation with 64 gigabytes of memory and two E5-2690 CPUs. They're actually the same CPUs I was sent in the server board in the last video. So now I have two really powerful computers from 2012. This doesn't preclude the server in any way. That will definitely still be getting set up because despite how powerful this is, I don't want to have this running all the time. The server is much better suited to that. Matter of fact, it's chewing on re-encoding the G4 video files to H.265 right now to send to that FreeNAS box. So, yeah. Although, don't think I'm ready to do a video yet on the server board. Trust me, I gotta put a lot more work into it. Now, aside from the computer, which it's really awesome, turned out my i5 was not going to be able to handle 4K video, so that's why, if you're watching this now, it's likely because of that computer. But in addition to that computer, some other stuff was included. Now, I want to start with these floppy disks. These were just kind of in the box. We hadn't really talked about them, but they, ooh man, they did their part to help with shipping because they took a hit there. And it's, while the middle ones actually look like they're fine, every single one of these I've checked is bad in some way. That's, ooh, yeah, all the plastic there. I can feel that's kind of crushed in, but yeah. So unfortunately, these all perished, but that's all right. There is a bunch of desktop and laptop memory. Now, I was kind of a little surprised that between this and what I had previously, I didn't have the necessary stick of 512 megabytes of memory to upgrade the iMac G4 to its max. I really thought that I had that somewhere at least, or that there was one in here, but no, these types of DIMMs are just too old, and I guess they aren't super common to just have on hand. And in here, we have some more stuff. So an XD memory card, 512 megabytes. I don't know if I have any devices that can use this. It's very interesting. I don't think I have any. Something that I've actually already been able to get some use out of, this Ethernet/modem PCM-CIA adapter. This is the only one I've ever seen that doesn't have a cable that goes off the side of it that everyone loses. I think I have like 3 of these that are just cut off right there with cables that have just come in my computers, and I don't get the cables with the computers, so of course they're useless. Some more memory, yet still a wireless PCM-CIA card. I'm gonna have to look up drivers for this, but yeah, that'll definitely come in handy. And finally, a Pentium era laptop. But it's a bit different. This is a Panasonic AL-N1 Let's Note, a Pentium computer with sound, and a tiny little cute trackpad there. Look how small that thing is. But it's got one more thing going on. It's from Japan. Now, I'm not looking to collect foreign laptops, and kind of I have enough Pentium laptops, but I really thought this one was cool, so I was okay with it being included in the box. Thank you for sending this stuff in. Oh wait, there's actually one more. Also included with the Z820 were some 3.5-inch floppy drives. It turned out a lot of mine weren't actually working, so he was able to include some in the box. This isn't all of them. There's actually 3 missing here that I'd tried out on some stuff because I was thinking I could get them working in something, but it turned out I couldn't. I may need to put more time into that, but that might be a topic for another video. Up next is another package from David Phantom from Poughkeepsie, New York. This is a Tandy portable word processor WP2. It's basically a Model 100, but not really. It even has most of the ports on the back. The serial ports there, the printer ports there, the cassette ports there. It's just missing the phones port. Now, I believe this unit was supposed to be working, but with batteries in it, I can't get any signs of life out of it. And, yeah, I'm not really sure what's wrong, but I don't want to try and take this apart and figure it out right now. I'll save that for something to do later. And finally, a package from Jeff from Bethlehem, Georgia. A 1541 drive with the correct serial cable and a power cable, plus one more thing that we'll get to in a moment. This is also the more standard drive format that it seems most people have, and wow, that's an original Commodore protector. I don't know what condition this drive's supposed to be in, but that makes me really optimistic that it's going to work. Definitely a big thank you for sending this in. I'm really excited to try that out. Jeff also included a diagnostics cartridge for the Commodore 64. This should help me trace down problems with the other drive and possibly problems with the C64. I'm not really sure. I haven't gone back and done more troubleshooting with that yet because I'm going to be ordering some parts because, yeah, it's clearly not just going to be solved with chip swapping. Well, that's it for now. I really appreciate you guys sending this stuff in. There's some really cool and some really useful things in here, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.